ಸರ್ವರಿಗೂ ಸವಿಸಂಜೆಯ ನಮನಗಳು. ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ಮಂಡಳಿ CSIRನ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಕೂಸು ಕೇಂದ್ರೀಯ ಆಹಾರ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ 75ರ ಹರೆಯ. ಈ ಸಂವತ್ಸರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಸಾಧನೆಗಳು, ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ನೀಡಿರುವ ಕೊಡುಗೆಗಳು ಅತಿಮಾನ್ಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ಲಾಘನೀಯ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮೃತ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವದ ಈ ಸಂಭ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೂ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿತರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ನಲ್ಮೆಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
शुभ संध्या, सभी को नमस्कार. 75व CSIR-CFTRI स्थापना दिवस समारोह में आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत है. Good evening everyone. We are truly delighted with your presence here today as we gather to celebrate the remarkable milestone of the 75th CSIR-CFTRI Foundation Day. We extend a very warm welcome and heartfelt greetings to one and all. On this Foundation Day celebration, let's honor a past, celebrate the present, and look forward to a brighter future. Today's chief guest, Shri Yaduvir Krishnadatta Chamaraja Wadiyar, Honorable Member of Parliament, Mysuru and Kodagu Lok Sabha Constituency, Honorable Member, Parliamentary Standing Committee for Science and Technology, Environment and Forest, Government of India, had kindly accepted the invitation. Due to his busy schedule with the parliamentary proceedings, he is unable to grace the function. He has sincerely apologized for not being able to attend and conveyed the best wishes for the function. This momentous occasion of the Platinum Jubilee Year celebration, we are honored to have the esteemed guest of honor, Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, Director General, CSIR and Secretary, DSIR, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. Eminent former directors of CSIR-CFTRI, Dr. V. Prakash, Professor Ramraj Shekaran, Dr. KSMS Ragarao, and the present director, Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh here today. Let's welcome them onto the dais with a big round of applause. May I now request our director, Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, to kindly escort the esteemed guests to the dais, please. Give them the huge round of applause. Thank you, sirs and madam. I request the gathering to keep your mobiles in silent mode. Thank you.
With a profound legacy and a promising future ahead, we proudly enter the 75th year of CSIR-CFTRI. Since then, the Institute, through its pioneering research in food science and technology, has played a central role in advancing food and nutritional security of the nation. As we celebrate this extraordinary journey of excellence and commitment, it's my proud privilege to welcome the gathering. The Shri Yaduvir Krishnadatta Chamaraja Wadiyar has sent his greetings to the function and we sincerely thank him for that. At this juncture, we would like to put on record and emphasize the transformative role of the Wadiyar's dynasty in establishing renowned scientific and educational institutes in Mysuru. Our esteemed institute, CSIR-CFTRI, stands as a proud testament to this enduring legacy. We sincerely admire and acknowledge this remarkable generosity and foresight. The chief guest of today's function, Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, is the first woman to serve as Director General of CSIR since August 2022. Under her leadership, CSIR labs have made a remarkable progress in advancing scientific research, fostering innovation, and significantly contributing to the socio-economic development of the nation. She has been instrumental in driving achievements across various fields, including breakthrough in steel slag rod technology, hydrogen fuel cells, sustainable aviation fuel, CRISPR, HANSA, treatment for sickle cell anemia, the AGR mission, aroma and floriculture missions, biomedical waste management, footwear sizing solutions, development of e-tractors and the millet mission. We are honored to have your presence here, ma'am, and may I request our director to kindly welcome the DG with a bouquet of flowers. We are both proud and delighted to have with us today three esteemed former directors of our institute, CSIR-CFTRI. Their presence adds immense value to this special occasion. I kindly request our director to present a bouquet of flowers to Dr. V. Prakash, former director of CSIR-CFTRI and distinguished scientist, CSIR, as a token of a heartfelt welcome. We extend a warmest welcome to Professor Ram Rajshekaran, former director of CSIR-CFTRI. May I now request our director to kindly offer him a bouquet of flowers. May I also request our director to present bouquet of flowers to Dr. Raghava Rao, former director of CSIR-CFTRI, as we extend our sincere welcome to him. We would like to mention here that the flower bouquet presented today are with the Freshness Keeper, a technology developed by CSIR-CFTRI under the CSIR Floriculture mission to enhance the shelf-life of the flowers. We are deeply honored to welcome the distinguished gathering of esteemed director from our CSIR sister labs, distinguished guests from the CSIR headquarters. On behalf of the institute, it's my privilege to welcome a warm and cordial invitation to each and everyone to this special occasion. We extend a cordial welcome to Dr. S.R. Bhaumik and Shri Jitendra J. Jadhav, our esteemed former directors who have joined us online today. A heartfelt welcome goes out to the entire CSIR-CFTRI family, our esteemed scientists, dedicated staff, respected retirees, valued alumni, students, members of the media, and all distinguished ladies and gentlemen present here today. Your presence enriches this occasion, and we are delighted to have each and one of you here. Thank you.
ಮೈಸೂರು ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನದ 10ನೇ ಮಹಾರಾಜರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಚಾಮರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಒಡೆಯರ್ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ಥಾನದ ಕವಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಬಸವಪ್ಪ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿಯವರು 1881ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಯೋ ಶ್ರೀ ಗೌರಿ ಹಾಡನ್ನು ರಚಿಸಿದರು. ಈ ಹಾಡು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಯಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಚಾಮುಂಡೇಶ್ವರಿ ದೇವಿಗೆ ರಕ್ಷೆಯ ಕೋರಿಕೆ. ಈ ಹಾಡು ಮೈಸೂರು ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯದ ನಾಡಗೀತೆಯಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಇಂದಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ವಿಶೇಷ ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಹಾಡನ್ನು ಹಾಡಲಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. Under the reign of the 10th Maharaja, Sri Chamarajendra Odiyar, the song Kayo Shri Gauri served as the state anthem of the Kingdom of Mysore during the illustrious Odiyar dynasty. The song was penned and composed by the esteemed poet Sri Basavappa Shastri. This song has a special place in the hearts of the people of Mysuru and Karnataka. I invite Ms. Anagapriya, Ms. Anjana, Ms. Ipshita, Ms. Vidya, Ms. Netra and Ms. Surabhi to render the invocation. I request everyone to stand for the prayer.
Kayo Shri Gauri Karunalahari Tuya Jakshi शङ्करीश्वरी कायो श्रीगौरी करुणालहरी तोयजाक्षि शङ्करीश्वरी वैमानिकभामार्चित कोमलकरपादे वैमानिकभामार्चित कोमलकरपादे श्रीमान्वित भूमास्पदे कामित फलदे श्रीमान्वित भूमास्पदे कामित फलदे कायो श्रीगौरी करुणालहरी तोयजाक्षि शङ्करीश्वरी शुम्भादिमदाम्भोनिधि कुम्भजनिबदेवी शुम्भादिमदाम्भोनिधि कुम्भजनिबदेवी जम्बाहित सम्भाविते शाम्भवी शुभवी जम्बाहित सम्भाविते शाम्भवी शुभवी कायो श्रीगौरी करुणालहरी तोयजाक्षि शङ्करीश्वरी श्रीजय चामुण्डिके श्रीजय चामेन्द्रा श्रीजय चामुण्डिके श्रीजय चामेन्द्रा नामाङ्कित भूमेन्द्र ललामन मुदरे नामाङ्कित भूमेन्द्र ललामन मुदरे कायो श्रीगौरी करुणालहरी तोयजाक्षि शङ्करीश्वरी तोयजाक्षि शङ्करीश्वरी तोयजाक्षि शङ्करीश्वरी.
Thank you, students, for invoking the divine blessings. दीपा सदा पूजनीय, रोशनी ज्ञान का प्रतीक है. The lighting of lamp invokes the radiance of wisdom, knowledge and positivity. May I now request the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp and formally inaugurate the program. Madams and sirs, please.
दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते ओ दीप ब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीप ब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिं स्वच्छामि मे सदा रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् यस्य तिष्ठे गृहे दीपः.
Commemorating the CSIR-CFTRI's over 74 years of immense and extensive contribution in the field of food science and technology with the scientific fraternity towards the society, a three-dimensional logo is being designed. I request Our Honorable Director General, Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, to launch the logo. Madam, please. Thank you, madams and sirs. To know about the occasion is one of the most vital part of an event. May I now invite Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, Director of CSIR-CFTRI, to deliver the opening remarks. Madam, please.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. यहाँ उपस्थित सभी दिग्गजों को मेरा नमस्कार. Distinguished guest of honor, Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, Director General of CSIR and Secretary DSIR, Government of India, and the first women DG in the history of 83-year-old CSIR. Former directors of CSIR-CFTRI who are on the dais, Dr. V. Prakash, Professor Ram Raj Shekharan, Dr. KSMS Raghav Rao, all the directors of our sister labs of CSIR, distinguished scientists, outstanding scientists of CSIR, heads of the units of CSIR headquarters and all around the country, Joint Secretary Shri Mahendra Gupta ji, Head of Administration, Shri Chetan Prakash Jain, Financial Advisor, invitees from various organizations of Mysore, industry partners, collaborators, licensees, retirees of CSIR, CFTRI, colleagues, alumni, students, in fact the entire CSIR, CFTRI family, all those who have joined online, media and press, ladies and gentlemen. I extend my warmest and happiest greetings to all on the occasion of this momentous celebration of the 75th Foundation Day, where this great institute, CSIR-CFTRI, is stepping into its 75th year of existence. This institute has provided livelihood, dignity, purpose, and meaning to thousands of direct employees that has been multiplied manyfold by the impact of its activities to many, many people all over the world indirectly. It might have been through technologies developed, training offered, or mentorship of startups and industry. If CSIR-CFTRI exists in Mysore today, it is thanks to the benevolence of the Royal Vadiyar family. Our esteemed chief guest, Shri Yaduvir Krishnadatta Chamaraja Vadiyar, is also His Highness and the great grandson of His Highness Shri Jai Chamarajendra Vadiyar, the then Maharaja of Mysore, who provided this magnificent Cheluvamba mansion and surrounding lands to the government for the establishment of a research institute that was dedicated to food technology. Shri YKC Vadiyar is of course the honorary member of Parliament from Mysore Kodagu and also the member of the Standing Parliamentary Committee for Science and Technology, Environment and Forests. He is going to shortly join us online since he is in Delhi and unable to make it here physically. This day is a foundation day with a great difference. Not only we have completed 74 years of a successful journey and are entering into the 75th year of existence in this royal city, it is a day of festivity and celebration. Any celebration is incomplete without family and friends. Today, I am truly overwhelmed to see the entire CSIR family leadership on our campus. Our esteemed DG Madam, in spite of her busy schedule, Dr. Kalai Selvi has agreed to be with us on this day to grace the Foundation Day function at our institute. Madam, your presence has indeed motivated all of us. Thank you for agreeing to have the Directors' Conference in Mysore this year. On the dais, I do see our 3 former directors, and I feel young again. I have served as a scientist under all of them. Shri Jadavji and Dr. Baumik could not be present here today, but I hope that they are online, and they have sent very heartfelt messages that we will share later in the program. It is always gratifying and supportive to see the directors from all our CSIR sister labs, heads of all the units of CSIR, and everybody else. Their presence has elevated the celebration to something truly extraordinary and unforgettable. Probably this is the first time, I don't know, in CSIR that all of the leadership has come for a Foundation Day celebration. So it is unique and it is festive in that. Many retirees have taken time out to come to the function, though it is in the evening, and I'm truly honored and happy to see them. Team CFTRI is truly inspirational and committed, and we share the joy today, be it the employees, the contractual staff, students, industry partners, collaborators, alumni, or project assistants. My greetings to everyone present here or who are online on this milestone. Our press and media, of course, have always supported all activities with pride, and they are also here today to cover this event. I'm happy to greet them. Coming to what I'm going to be speaking about the Institute. Of course, it is a constituent laboratory of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR. And as we all know, it is an autonomous body under the Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. And this society is headed by our Honorable Prime Minister as President and Minister of Science and Technology as the Vice President. Now, CSIR-CFTRI came into existence on 21st October 1950. And the main purpose of establishing the institute at that time was to reduce post-harvest losses and address undernutrition in the country. CFTRI's unique strength is of its multidisciplinary approach in food research, and this concept is very exclusive to the institute, and I believe there is no other food institute one can find such diversified areas of food science and experts present. CSIR-CFTRI has witnessed fascinating in-depth research and development in the areas of food science and technology, with the research focuses revolving around major areas like technology development, translational research, engineering science, and food protection and safety. The Institute's research covers a wide range of food products, including cereals, oilseeds, pulses, fruits, vegetables, dairy, meat, and fish, but it is not limited to these raw materials alone. Research on millets has been an ongoing feature since the inception of CSIR innovations and technological breakthroughs. And the Institute has developed more than 400 technologies or products and several prototypes of machineries to produce traditional foods in a fast manner, besides publishing more than 10,000 research publications in various national and international journals of repute. We have 18 papers in Nature and 1 in Science too. Added to these, several reviews, book chapters, books, proceedings, papers, all have been published in various national and international publications of repute and contributed immensely to the field of food science and technology and allied sciences. Some of the major achievements of the Institute in terms of product development include, of course, instant baby food formulation from buffalo milk, and also parboiling of rice, fruit and vegetable products, millets and millet-based foods, versatile dal mill, instant mixes of Indian traditional foods, sugarcane bottling, and so on. Based on the country's consumer and industry needs, the Institute has adapted to evolve from technology development to branch into mentoring startups, farmer training, value addition to byproducts of the food industry for circular economy, alternate methods of processing, and alternate sources of proteins, as well as personalized nutrition. Slowly, we are also trying to use AI and ML in our food processing systems. The scientists are collaborating with many institutes and industry in India and abroad to find solutions for nutrition and health through food science research. We continue our training activities with our students being in high demand in the food industry. Our automation attempts for traditional food machinery design continue for branching to millet-based recipes, and we hope to globalize these traditional foods. Basic research into understanding the natural molecules present in food and their role in maintaining health and processing effects on the gut health are also being pursued. Our DG was happy to sanction a mission mode project on millets with CFTRI being the nodal lab. Today we will be releasing one book on the nutritional profile of 130 varieties of millets that will help the industry to decide which variety is suitable for processing for which product. Till now, agriculture has only concentrated on the yield and insect resistance and so on, but processing can have a profound effect on the nutritional profiling, and that is what we have attempted to do. With consumers becoming more and more conscious about their diet and its relation to disease, the emphasis of food technology is more on circular economy, planet health, convenience without compromising the taste, cost, and of course nutrition. The Institute will continue to look for these solutions in the future, and in this process collaborating with several labs within CSIR and across the globe to achieve this. The Institute has always been renowned for its courses of MSc Food Technology that was at one time supported by the United Nations University, as well as the certificate course of the International School of Milling Technology. Today we find our alumni being CEOs, vice presidents of many multinationals, and as well as entrepreneurs and professors in many of the academic institutions all over the world, including Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK, and USA. CSIR-CFTRI has also, of course, developed a range of food technologies aimed at enhancing the livelihood in rural areas, and these address critical challenges related to food processing, agricultural productivity, and value addition that has enabled rural communities to improve their economic prospects, ensure food security, and enhance overall well-being. The Institute is helping startups, MSMEs, entrepreneurs, self-help groups to sustain their food businesses and increase their income levels by way of organizing hands-on training programs, short-term courses, skill development programs, demonstrations, interaction with scientists, technologies, and so on. To this effect, more than 19,600 people have benefited by participating in 1,170 short-term course programs, including skill development programs. Of these, more than 3,000 people were trained under the PMFME program alone. Under corporate social responsibility, CFTRI has taken up 8 projects, especially since 2020, worth rupees 3.8 crores, of which 2 projects have been completed. These organizations include many multinationals and of course even CEL, and I would like to thank FA for this gesture from our own CSIR. CFTRI is an ISO 9001-2015 and 14001-2015 certified institute, and it has also been credited by NABL certification for testing foods. The institute is one of the country's central food laboratories and which is housed on its campus. We have had several international collaborations and linkages related to R&D activities, and part of these projects and collaborations, there have been several international teams of experts that have visited our campus, and our scientists and the technical staff have visited these countries to carry out R&D activities. We do have many industry projects also which are international in nature. CSIR-CFTRI has always contributed to the society in terms of becoming a helping hand by providing several tons of ready-to-eat food energy foods, hand sanitizers prepared by the staff in the pilot plants of the institute by procuring from CFTRI licensees or manufacturing in-house. And all the three former directors, starting with Dr. V. Prakash, who took the first initiative, we have been continuing this even till today. Whether it was in Tamil Nadu or the Gujarat earthquake or the floods in Uttarakhand, COVID-19 pandemic, to the recent landslides and floods in Wayanad, as well as Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh, CFTRI has sent a lot of food there to the affected. Based on the country's consumer and industry needs, the institute has adapted to evolve from technology development to branch into mentoring startups, farmer training, value addition to byproducts of the food industry for a circular economy. And the scientists are collaborating within CSIR as well as abroad for these. And we are trying to find solutions for both nutritional as well as health through food science. During the Platinum Jubilee year, a series of activities like organizing invited talks by distinguished personalities in the field of food science and technology, the release of several publications, inauguration of new facilities have been planned. Dissemination of the knowledge will be done through radio broadcasts. We have the Akashvani representation here today, and I thank them. They have been holding a hand for several programs. As well as we will be having open days, we will be publishing in journals and also broadcasting in social media apart from our website in local languages also. Yesterday was actually the day of inception, and all the permanent employees of CFTRI on rolls went to our MG Halli campus, and we all planted a sapling in the name of our mother. That is the Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam campaign, and we all had breakfast together. The bonhomie that was there was simply amazing. I take this opportunity also to thank CSIR, all the funding agencies from the central government like DBT, DST, MOFPI, ICMR, Spices Board, Coffee Board, Coconut Board, state government agencies and the food industry for supporting the institute's R&D and for facility creation as well as all the allied activities since 1950, without which the institute could not have achieved the success of what you all see today. I also place on record the support and guidance provided by all the previous and current Research Council chairpersons and all the RC members for guiding the institute activities into progressive direction so as to become a top-level research institute in its chosen field. The services and suggestions provided by all the Management Council members are also thankfully acknowledged. I take this opportunity to extend my acknowledgements to all the former directors for their vision and execution, as well as the present and former heads of departments, coordinators, staff members, and all the wonderful, precious students who have contributed immensely for the growth of the institute and brought laurels. On my behalf and on behalf of all of us, since it's only family here, I wish CSIR-CFTRI greater glory in the future while marching ahead towards the centenary celebrations in 2050. Thank you all.
For presenting the bird view of Institute's work and progress. Establishing an institute of such caliber in the post-independent India to tackle the challenges of food security, malnutrition, advanced food and nutritional security was no easy feat. It was indeed an uphill battle. However, the journey has been nothing short of remarkable. Now, let us take a moment to relive those pivotal moments through a photo journey. Please play the video.
It was really a splendid journey. Now moving forward, ನೌಕರರು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮೂಲ ಆಧಾರ, ಶಕ್ತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಆಸ್ತಿ. The true strength of any organization is the employees. Their diverse talent, sincerity and unwavering commitment over the past 74 years has devised this institute as one of the leading institute in the field of food science and technology across the nation. Roots to Wings, a CSIR-CFTRI employees compendium, is a collection of available information of over 2,300 employees, comprising of scientific, technical and support staff, as well as administrative personnel from general administration, finance and accounts, stores and purchase, stenographic cadres, along with canteen and isolated staff. In honoring their legacy and acknowledging each and every individual's contributions to the Institute's growth, may I now invite the dignitaries on the dais to unveil the book. Madams and sirs, please. Thank you. Now may I invite Shri R.S. Mache, Chief Scientist, CSIR-CFTRI, to lead the next event. Sir, please.
ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಗಣ್ಯರು, ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಹ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. the respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, and my dear colleagues. Very good evening to all of you, and Foundation Day greetings for all of you. I have a very important task to do, that the vision to reality. All the leaders, what you are seeing CFTRI today is derived from the vision of the leaders and what vision they thought and how they have come to the reality. So, on this momentous occasion of 75th Platinum Jubilee Foundation Day of CSIR-CFTRI, I stand before you to present the glimpses of our leaders and their remarkable achievements. Now, if we go back to the history, I'll just take a couple of minutes to tell about the history. As Madam said, that there are a lot of problems in terms of malnutrition and the food security. So, the team of Food Industry Panel and the Technical Secretariat of Department of Food, Government of India, were tasked to study the food science and technology across the globe. They visited different countries and they submitted a report that there is a strong need of starting a central food institutes. Hence, this particular report was given to the Government of India, and Government of India has accepted this report and assigned this task to CSIR. Now, at the time, Sir S.S. Bhatnagar, with his uncanny instinct for choosing the right person for the right task, has no hesitation selecting Professor V. Subramaniam as a planning officer. And the history of CSIR started from there. Now you just see the history. At this point of time, what is happening? Chaloma Mansion, where you have visited in the evening, was offered by the royal family to WHO for their Southeast Regional Office. What happened? They had two choices of Mysore and Delhi. Now, when they decided that they want to have their headquarters in Delhi, that particular moment, immediately, the leader, Professor Subramaniam, tactfully negotiated and acquired this palace, and which was handed over to the then Prime Minister, Pandit Nehru, in December 1948. On 21st October 1950, CFTRI was formally opened by C. Rajagopalachari, then Home Minister, presided over by His Highness Sri Rajendra Wadiyar, Maharaja of Mysore. This is where the CFTRI started. Professor Subramaniam rooted and nurtured CFTRI to a premier R&D organization. He started with just 5 employees, and in the span of his duration of maybe 12 years to 13 years, he employed 500 employees and established 6 experimental stations. That is a very commendable year. Also, CFTRI was recognized as a most outstanding institute in South Asia for technology transfer at that point of time, and also International Reference Center for Food Science and Technology. This is a very commendable achievement. Also, he has a knack can. He was to get things sponsored by the international agencies. He has got a national service sponsored by FAO for transportation and packaging. That was a big problem, and there's a huge losses at that point of time. And with that result, he has established the discipline of food packaging. And if you imagine in 50s, this was one of the first in India, and of course very few first in the globe. Very few industries or institutes or universities has a packaging as a separate subject. So this is a vision this great leader has for the institute. Now, if you look at as Madam has said, one of the breakthrough science was Amul. And parboiling of the rice. This is very ignored area, particularly for the public goods. More than 50% of the rice is parboiled. And please keep it in mind, majority of the parboiling is based on CFTRI technology. It is called as a CFTRI parboiling technologies, which generally we ignore, but that is what it started from the beginning. Also, from that point of time, there are a lot of issues in terms of handling of grains and food products in army. And he focused his research areas in post-harvest technologies of grains and also infiltration control in grains for army, and this has percolated to the public as well. Also, as we have seen in the picture, the canned multipurpose food products, ready-to-food products at that point of time. Also, in terms of synthetic rice plant, that time there was a shortage of rice, and rice was not available, and it was a little costly also. He thought of taking the starch and then converting that into rice and fortifying at that point of time, and hence one of the block is called as a synthetic rice plant. So at that point of time, I'm talking of 50s. This is a visionary leadership he has provided to us, and he also started a diploma in food technology or fruit technology that point of time. This is what the Dr. Subramaniam. And a lot of things are there, but I'm not going to cover in details. Also, I was not very lucky to interact personally with Dr. Subramaniam, but I was very, very lucky that all the directors, apart from Subramaniam, I personally interacted and worked with them, including Dr. Papia in the capacity as organized different AFSTI organization. Dr. Parpia and Amla, actually, they used to introduce me as their son to the guests, and that is a very, very emotional moment for me. And I'm very happy to give some of the glimpses of this visionary people. Dr. Papia, a global food visionary. What he's done in his process, he has organized the regional seminar on FAO in CFTRI, which has adopted a resolution to establish International Center for Food in CFTRI. Also, to ensure the needs of the food safety and security in India as well as developing countries. Now with this, it was decided that this particular center should be established in CFTRI. The Canadian Freedom for Hunger, the foundation volunteered to raise the funds to cover fellowship for international students, and also US Aid program, which donated instruments and equipments at that point of time, and Government of Canada also generously donated money to build the international hostel. The pioneering contribution, just I wanted to mention, as Dr. Prakash was a very good friend of Joseph Hales, in establishing the international hostel and training course very specifically, because he has done a lot of work and he has visited n number of times to take care that this particular facility comes up. Also in his period, the university, Mysore University, got affiliation to our MSc course, and the MSc course from that onwards was offered in this particular campus. And also, Dr. Parpia established the International Food Technology Training Center in collaboration with UNU. Coming back, very interesting development is Milton, that groundnut milk. In the groundnut milk part, we got international award also. In case if you, the milk made out of groundnut, separating the carbohydrates, proteins, and different fractions, and the fractions were also used for the food ingredients. Very importantly, the spice and oleogenes. This technology, if you look at the global presence, 70% of the market globally is from India. And out of the 70%, more than 50% of the technologies are used from CFTRI, the spice and oleogene technology. This is a commendable areas. Also, in this particular point of time, in 1960s, some of the scientists, they were working on, sure. So, Dr. Amla was a champion of growth, and he has done a lot of work in terms of the growth of the institutes, establishing the International School of Milling, and also in terms of central instrumentation facilities, technology scale-up, and also recognition of the particular course in United Nations. He also established the appellant laboratory as per PFA, which is very, very important. Another interesting technological benchmarking was 7 beverage. I'm not going in details. High protein biscuit, leaf cup making machine, and fruit-based beverages. Leaf cup making machine in 1980s, it was based on the biodegradable materials, and CSIR has released the stamp on Golden Jubilee year that this particular leaf cup machine was a part of that. Coming back to Dr. Bhomik, he has a focus on the mega projects. He has tried to bring a lot of big projects. He has focused on thermal processing and paved way for RTA foods. And also, just wanted to mention one point here, which all of us will not like, but it has gone to my mind very strongly. What he used to say, that if you are not able to finish your work by 5:30, that means you are not dedicating power to others, you want to do everything for yourself. It has gone to my mind, so I thought that I'll just put that there. Also, coming to Dr. V. Prakash, modernization and global reach is what his theme was. He has established Nodal Codex Laboratory, Plant Cell Biotechnology Department, and first cell culture facilities. Also, he has established ISO and NABL accreditation and modern infrastructure and capacity building. Also, very importantly, he has enhanced IT protection and patent filing, and sometimes in each year, we are reaching century mark in patent filing. This is also a very remarkable this thing. And as Madam said, that he carried out a lot of disaster relief work, and he was named as a crisis manager. Also, he has established midday meal and gadget notification plus all that sort of things he has done. More than 14 crore plus children are now enjoying the midday meal, where there is a lot of contribution when he was director from CSIR as well as from CFTRI. A lot of technologies were released. I'm not going to list like mini dal meals and protein ingredients, idli dosa, chapati making machines, all that sort of things. Professor Ram Rajshekharan, we call him as a expanding research horizon. He has established molecular nutrition department, lipidomics center, lipid science department, and also launched ACSIR program for doctoral studies. He has also started MSc PhD molecular biology, nutritional biology, started business incubation center, and also a website in Kannada and implemented trilingual system for communication. Most importantly, he has released high-yielding varieties of superfoods, chia, quinoa, and teff, and a lot of other. To note, he has also done a mega project on moringa. A lot of people, more than 30% of the institute people working single focus on moringa. This was well accepted. Coming to Sri Jitendra Jadhav, an engineering and outreach person. Now he is a Director General of EDA and DRDO. A very strong engineering analytical skill, planning and execution work. I remember that high pressure processing food facilities he wanted to establish, and there was a running short of some money. Then he said that why not use the material science available with the NAL and application in CFTRI, and he has established this particular facility at 1/4 of the cost by bringing two national laboratories together. That is where the hallmark of he doing the collaboration. He also has inaugurated the carbonated food beverage facilities, and very importantly, he has done a sort of a project collaboration with government of Maharashtra. Generally in CFTRI, we have issues of charging more. So any project we try to charge less, but in his case, coming from NAL, he said that yes, we can charge more, and we has increased 4 times the cost of the project. So coming to Dr. K.S. M.S. Raghavara, the innovation and collaboration. He has established the testing center for SARS-CoV-2 during COVID-19, and also BIRAC Nest Center, and also for promoting biotechnology and startup. He has very positive mindset for promoting startup culture in food industries. He has also initiated PMFME incubation programs and helped in national disaster operations. There are a lot of, one of the major technology is virgin coconut oil, and it has been transferred to more than 60-70 entrepreneurs at this point of time. Coming to the first woman director of CFTRI, Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh. First time in the history of CFTRI, as we are very lucky that first time Lady DG and first time Lady Director together on the platform. And I was wishing that first time President Lady President should have come here. It should have been a very unique combination, but it could not happen. So she has done a lot of, first she has mobilized highest CSR funds from the industry for nutritional intervention program. She has established the Common Incubation Center under PMFME scheme, also initiated by Nest Incubation Center funding from DBT. Also, she was instrumental in bringing mission mode project on Indian millet, that is Sri Anna, and Center of Excellence on millet, it is being created. Also, she has dedicated millet showroom, showcase is there in the main building for the visitors. She led the nutritional intervention program. It's very, very important, particularly for the social outreach, THR for Orissa and West Bengal. Also, she has implemented a lot of CFTRI technologies to address moms and children of Nanjangud and other parts of country. She is also involved in optimizing the temple prasadam or different temples, and very importantly, setting up the mobile food processing unit. Under her leadership, several breakthrough technologies were released, including millet premixes, millet bakery products, or freshness keepers, organozolone, a lot of them are there. This is all a little details, brief about the journey. Now, thank you for your attention. Let us celebrate for the legacy of our leaders and their contribution to make CSIR-CFTRI a premium institute in food science and technology and innovation. Now, may I request, now on this occasion, we have a digital wall of fame. May I request Dr. V. Prakash to remotely maybe release this, unveil. I'll ask you. Thank you, sir. May I request Dr. V. Prakash to give his message, please.
ಮನೆ ಅಂತಲೇ ಕರಿಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಇವತ್ತು 75ನೇ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಥರ ಮುದುಕರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಅದು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಯಂಗ್. What I mean to say is, pranams to everybody. This great evening belongs to CFTRI. which has got its step into the 75th year of its life after inception. But the building itself is beyond 100 years. So therefore, it's important for us to recollect those who built this building probably did not think of CFTRI, but they built it for the security, for the welfare of the royal family, and the royal family placed their princess, Chalvajamani Avaru, in that palace. Respected DG CSR and Secretary DSIR, Dr. Kalai Selvi, it's a great honor to also make sure that I do respect everybody in this hall, but I may forget some group of people. Dr. Annapurna Singh, Director of CFTRI, my former colleague directors after I superannuated, Dr. Ram Rajshekharan and Dr. Raghav Rao, JS of CSIR and FA of CSIR, all the directors of CSIR family, more than 37 of them are there. And I think in this hall, I can probably claim, if not, there may be others too. I have attended 19 directors' conference. So therefore, I'm sure you all enjoy coming to directors' conference, because that's one place where you're so informal, but at the same time, let me tell you, CSR is very fond of getting the formal things done. And that is very, very important, because all the brains are together, and I think that's the hallmark, and I really enjoyed meeting all of you, and all the HODs of CSR who are here, and also from DSR, dear past, present colleagues of CFTRI, and many of them are my teachers, many of them are my colleagues, many of them are my students who are retiring today. Today means in the next 1 year. So it's a great heritage, history, tradition, and also a very, very nostalgic moment for a person like me who was trained in CFTRI in 1970 and enjoying the 55th year march past of science and technology on the ramparts of the knowledge that I gained from CFTRI. It's important that in this gathering, we also saw the press people, and I have a word to say about the press and multimedia people. They are the ones who have covered CSR and CFTRI unbelievably precisely, and in fact better than what we delivered this speech. And that's Mysore Press, and Mysore Press is known for freedom movement, which made a big difference. So I think some of them might have been gone, but I want to personally thank them for being here and covering the whole activity. All the retirees of CFTRI who are not able to be here, plus who are here, and at the same time, the invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. And I have not forgotten one class of important people who are the future of CSIR. They are dear, 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 dear students, who are, most of them are up there and so on. So they are the ones who will take the torch from us. And thanks, Sridevi, for calling us, both myself and my wife, Professor Jamuna Prakash, for this function. And I think we are indebted to you and also all your colleagues for the wonderful evening that we have. In congratulating the team CFTRI, I wanted to talk a little bit about the history, but I think it's very clear from all the presentation of what Dr. Sridevi did, and also the slides that we saw, and Dr. Mache, what he said about all the technologies that were developed. But I think I will switch over to shorten my talk to what needs to be done in future for the Amritkal 2047 and for the centenary celebrations of CFTRI by 2050. What slides you will see in 2050 is very important to imagine and go towards it. And that's very important, and hats off for those 75 years where unbelievable contribution has been given by CFTRI, CSIR, and all other institutions together, I would say. But what is important is Somebody has to really sit down and calculate, and that's what I did for the last 2 weeks. The per dollar or the investment that has gone to the technology development in CSIR in those days, I'm not sure about today because today the rat race is different, was so minimal that the whole Amul was done with about 5,000 rupees. And 5,000 rupees in those days was also not too much, or not too heavy, or not too less. It was rather much lesser for the whole technology. And the whole country's agriculture momentum at that time from C. Subramanian, who himself was the food minister at that time, and the combination with Swaminathan on the river banks of Chennai River gave the green revolution, but there was no technology for preservation of grains and prevention of food losses. So the first 25 years went into the galloping prevention of food losses and waste. And that was very important at that period of time, because there was hunger on one side, and even then there was excess of production was not there. And when it came out, it was impossible for even the Food Corporation of India to store. And the world caught that news, always the wrong news is caught by the world, that a lot of food is wasted in India. So therefore, the first 25 years was spices and food losses prevention. Other things you have already heard. What happened in the next 25 years? 1975 was the Silver Jubilee year. We claimed on that. I was a volunteer at that time as a research fellow when the Prime Minister of India came as the president of CSIR, and I still remember we were all being whisked and risked with all the security. And one thing that was important was no food waste. No food waste. And I also request today probably in the dinner, we would like to see all empty plates, not plates full of food being thrown. The reason is we can't grow 1 grain of rice by ourselves. We can't grow 1 grain of rice for ourselves. And we have no right to throw food, waste food, at a place where we are luxuriously throwing. Today, the Global Hunger Index has shown clearly that India still has a lot of hungry stomachs. But what the world shows is different than the reality. We are much better than many countries. But still, we need to be very careful in making sure our agenda for future is that. Number 2, from 75 to 2000, which is the Golden Jubilee year, those are the years when the formative years was over, delivery was demanded. And that demand was not easy, because your money was much, but what you will deliver. Will you deliver capacity building? Will you deliver technologies? Will you deliver processes? And therefore, the focus became very different. And in 2000 to 2010, which is the Diamond Jubilee was 2010, the turnover was completely into public good doing, more than science. Hey, the parliamentary committees always used to ask, what you have done for public? Very difficult to say every product that you see in the market is from CFTRI, because where is your label? So therefore, it is very complicated, was very complicated to show. So the public good initiative was taken on midday meals, and many of them are nutrition programs, which Dr. Sridevi is continuing today. Today, CSIR can be very proud, because every child that eats the midday meal at 12 noon on a working day, 5 days a week, doesn't know that midday meal, more than 14 crores, that midday meal is coming from the heart and also from the goodwill of CSIR. That is from CFTRI. What can be better if a child is happy eating a food? It need not know who has given it, who is responsible for it. Of course, the government of India sponsors that completely, and the budget is gazetted, and the budget keeps improving every year 10%, and whichever is the political party cannot stop it. And I think it's going on for almost 29 years to 30 years. It will go on, is my optimism, and a confident optimism. So 2010 to 2024, what you have heard now as CFTRI enters into the Platinum Jubilee pathway of celebrations, a lot of things have happened, and the most important is, I still remember the important cake is the mission on millets. I think millets was one of the grains that we fought for giving it free for people, apart from just rice, to make it a highly different diet, which is a balanced diet, what CFTRI started in 1956. So my formula for here, for future of CFTRI, very quickly, I will wind up in 2 minutes. Apart from the 17 SDGs, which I mentioned in the Director General's conference in my 12-minute talk at Delhi last month on 26 September, it's very important for us in CFTRI, tomorrow onwards, we should look at CFTRI in connotation with Ayush, must make regulatory documents gazetted for the traditional wisdom, traditional foods, heritage food, indigenous food, tribal food, in such a way, highly science-based oriented one, in not only on TKDL, but regulatory for manufacture. Because you will see that will be haunting tomorrow. It's not just food safety, it is the process of doing something. The way Pottu is done in Tamil Nadu is a different process than in somewhere else, right? So I think it's very, very important. Number 2, corrosion in equipments in food processing centers. More than about 25 lakhs medium scale industries, 100 lakhs of small scale industries, and also about 5 lakhs of large scale industries use equipment, and we need help. I think today in India, as the former president of the European Hygienic Engineering Design, I would say the most important point is the corrosion inside those equipment, and therefore nobody to certify, nobody to, apart from BIS. BIS doesn't go into the tube and see. As soon as 25 years, the same equipment is used. So I think it is important to diagnose, just like the PET scan, CT, MRI, we need diagnosis, and today tools are there. And how do you really replace that valve so that the person or the equipment lives longer? So I think there's a great opportunity in revamping, repurposing those medical devices into equipment thing with collaboration with Karaikudi Lab and the Hyderabad ICT and Bhavnagar, which has worked on corrosion too. And I think on the hallmark is Madam Karaikudi Lab. It's so important. And I think that's where we should really work hard in diagnosis of that, because industries are stuck. There's no solution. You can't change the whole factory. You're only a block in one of the veins, arteries. So therefore you only remove that. I don't know where it is. How do you diagnose? So I think diagnosis is become very important today, and CFTRI can do that. Number 4 is also important. The 7 P's that I would like to focus on, Saptaswara, which is the process, the product, the patents, the publications, of course the PhDs, and also at the same time public good. What is the 7th P? And that is personalized food based on the individual genetic mapping. There is so much money involved in that. Today, you give me everything I don't want. I want health. After COVID, that is the slogan. So therefore, it's very, very important. Personalization of food based on your body, not on your mind and stomach demand, is so important. What suits you? If I ask any one of you, how many have you personalized food? I have my personalized food. I can eat jamun. I am not diabetic. That's not the one. What makes your inner self more conscious, more happy, and keeps you going for a full life without much problems, by preventing and delaying diseases. Disease delaying foods of the future. I have inherited a disease, let us say, from my parents. How do I delay that? And therefore, there's a big market there, there's a big scientific challenge there, and that's important for the Saptaswaras, 7 P's. In terms of food culture, is very important not to leave the Indian food culture behind and get into the new culture, which is very new, which is not established even 50 years. So when we have 5,000 years of food culture from Charaka Samhita, Sushruta Samhita, Bhava Prakasha, Aharadikaranam, Manokulam, amazing documentation, And these documentation are tested already on the people, right? Otherwise, I and you could not have eaten a wonderful dosa today. And therefore, it has survived. If it was a poison, it would have been dropped somewhere on the way. I'm sure many would have been dropped on the way. So what you are getting today is a distilled knowledge. And let us go back to those things and see how we can really build in the food culture in tune with nutrition nurture. And I think today nutrition is an important subject after COVID. So we need to bring in food culture to nutrition culture for a healthy life, for less obesity, for a higher mental activity, preventing our Alzheimer's, preventing the dementia and the Parkinson's and so on at an old age. But what more important is to look at that. The last but one thing I have in mind is minimize energy and minimize water in all the processing of food processing. Food processing is one of the things where lots of energy is used for a roaster, for example. And that becomes a very costly affair in future. So how do we minimize that carbon footprint? The carbon to hydrogen is the solution today, but still that's not going to happen in the food technology because you need to heat, you need to heat. What energy you use to heat, that is more important, and water prevention and recycling. Very, very vital, otherwise our processes, products, patents, etc. will not be sold that easily. Everybody will ask, what is your carbon benchmark? And I would say, as my closing remark, for a clear pathway, we have samruddhi, plenty of food in the country. We have shrestha, very valuable food, very high quality food in the country on different regions. We have more than 11,000 traditional foods in this country. Only 500 we eat on a daily basis all around the country. Subhiksha, which is 360-degree all around seeing, because it should be holistic approach, it should be really environmental friendly in the sense. At the same time, sampradya, which is traditional and also very, very important is samruddhi and subhiksha goes together. It is also important, it should be shrestha. Shrestha is pure, but it need to be also saukya, which is safe. So pure and safety, when you start purifying, the safety sometimes goes down. So you need to balance between saukya and shrestha. Very important. Sumishka in terms of total protection, in terms of suraksha and subhiksha. And lastly, the whole self-sustainability has to come in when food is sampurna. In other words, the co-products and byproducts has also to be used. The rice bran industry has shown today that, rice bran was a byproduct way back, put into soap manufacture, soap oil. Rice bran oil was soap oil. Today in 1995, Raghavara remembers that the rice bran oil was a technology from CFTRI. First packet was made here. And then today we are number one in the world in rice bran oil. So it is the game changer that need to be looked at and for the future. And I'm sure all this simply means that it's best to think of future. We will fail, doesn't matter. That's one thing I always say, the CSIR has never punished anybody having failed in an experiment. Never. That doesn't mean you keep failing. That's very important. That's very important because you can really try. Otherwise, how do you say, I will definitely deliver you? So I think it's good. This atmosphere is so good in CSR. With due respect to all other organizations of ICMR, ICR, DRDO, and ICR, and many other councils, CSR is a wonderful place. You will only know the value of it the day you leave, not till then. Not till then. You are honored, you are respected, like the way all of us have been invited today. And I'm sure the way DG CSR, Dr. Mrs. Kalai Selvi, invited all of us as DGs, the 8 living DGs of CSR last month, 26th, itself shows the great respect for knowledge. And I think that will continue forever. And that's where CSIR, CFTRI will depend upon the total support of CSIR. And that is the president of which is none other than our Honorable Prime Minister, and the Vice President is the Honorable Minister for Science and Technology. So what else you want? I think Honorable Prime Minister is the President of CSIR, not of other councils, but this is one council, and that he has always been the President. So therefore, those retirees who are there will urge along with me that the biggest thing is when you get your pension, all of us are getting more pension than our retirement salary. So it's unbelievable country this can do that. I will close my remarks by telling, I wish all the best in this wonderful new year of 2025 coming up after December in 3 months from now, as the journey of CFTRI takes you smoothly to the finale of this Platinum Jubilee celebration finale, again on Tuesday, 21st October 2025. And I think that's amazing that this journey, Dr. Sridevi, what you have started by inviting all of us, next 1 year is a test year of how we consolidate our 74, 75 years of journey and get the same slideshow and show us into future pathway, how do we go forward from there on. It's a great thing for a betterment of society, for a harmonious living with peace and happiness, wellness, tranquility around us. And at the same time, I want to thank all the team CFTRI which has helped to build this 75 years of history. Many of them have not looked for awards, rewards and promotions. In spite of promotions being denied, not by RAB, but by some other mechanism at that time, it's very important. They have given their lives to these products, processes, and many of them had no equipment. During our time in PhD, I remember the most important equipment for us was the pH meter. You will break the electrode, therefore you will be paying for it with 150 rupees fellowship. So that's the best equipment. Other equipments borrow from Indians of Science by going by bus holding the test tube. Dr. Appurao is here, he would vouch for me. So with that, wishing the best to everybody and my former colleagues, present family of CFTRI and CSR, and thank DG CSR and all others from CSR who are here to bless this occasion for the CFTRI 75th birthday onwards, and wish CFTRI the best as it completes a very healthy 100 years of journey. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Namaskar.
Thank you very much for your message for future path and collaborative work. May I request now Professor Ram Rajshekaran to give his message, please.
Good evening, all of you. I'm happy to be part of this celebration today. Let me first thank, they make this moment today for me. I have come after 7 years to this campus. Let me thank our DG CSIR and the current director to make that event happen. Thank you. You may be wondering what I am going to talk about the future. No, let us talk about the past. That past will definitely take them to the future. The past tells you, you have already made a plan. Now let me look at it, the plan. I am coming from the institute where I believed science. I believed science can take into many heights. That was the first belief I had when I started in this organization. If you go back and look at it, and we have took only one part at the beginning and to the end. We know our country is country, we can produce anything which is in excess. We used to, when we started this institute, that time we had a crisis of food. Today, as a nation, we are top in producing cereals, protein, except oil, we are top in every area. Now the question comes to us, then what is missing or what is the future which we have kept it? If you go back and look at it, all the time 2012 I started, everything revolves around only one part, is just bringing good science and a new science in nutrition. Thus, nutrition not as a supplement, as a food, not as a supplement, which I can repeat to you. For this, what did we do? The first belief we had, this is actually a post-harvest institution. I believed my scientist, the technical officer, and the students, they can really change. Not only this is just a post-harvesting institute, at this time we need nutrition. The nutrition has to be really bring in first to the agriculture. This agriculture produce has to be made before you do processing. That we did. We brought new plant, otherwise called superfood, into this nation, even though the nation had 147 agricultural institute. I am proud to say this organization took a lead and brought 3 plant and given to the farmers of this state to give it free. And they are today is one of the biggest exporter in this nation and looking after the nutrition of this nation. That credit goes to my scientist. People always ask, how do you make that happen? The first thing, I believed the scientist of CSIR, and then I believed scientist of entire CSIR fraternity, because I had an opportunity to head one more organization before coming to CSIR, that is CMAP. That way, there also I practiced only one wisdom, the science. How do I put this science? And who is going to do the science? Our scientists, see, I have been a scientist at Indians of Science for many years. What did we do? We sit there, do nothing only. That's all called scientist. Okay? We thought the only way to drive the force of this entire organization, bring new young force, otherwise called the students, then we brought in enough students during my term. Enough means enough. Why it is enough? These students drives my scientist, not I drive the scientist. And that is the reason the number of students were increased fold higher through ACSIR program. That was one of the things that was very successful formula we did. Then we thought we need to bring one of the best program for the nation. Then we are the first one to start something called the nutrition biology. And with the DBT support, we just brought one of the first nation's course on nutrition biology, supported by DBT. Every graduate used to get even stipend from DBT. That was first initiated in this campus. Thanks to all my scientists to teach this, their nutrition biology, even though we concentrated more on food processing. That student really taught us one thing. The processing and the nutrition is blended beautifully by the student. The student community driven the scientists and the technical officers to work and perform better. That is the belief I had with them. If you look at it, the number of newer departments with respect to nutrition started. That is lipid science, there is otherwise lipid nutrition, then we have molecular nutrition, and number of CSIR students number increased, many of the research facilities upgraded. All this was done in a matter of 5 years. Whatever we wanted, all our scientists has achieved. The credit goes to the people of this organization. I have just taken a pen and wrote what I want to do. And that's all I did. The entire workforce, the entire mind was put by these people. That way, today I have the opportunity to thank all of them, to really believe this organization and believe themselves they can do and make the change in the nation, which they brought the change. And the first change is difficult, which they brought. That was exciting for me to really do. The similar formula also applied in CMAP when I was there for a short time as well. What is the future which we are lying? Nutrition is the focus for today, because we are self-sufficient in producing more of these food, and we need the processing of food. People have been telling processed food has no nutrition. That is not true. But now this organization taken a blend of both processing and nutritionally keeping a superior food was the one which they are going to focus for the future. A healthy nation requires healthy people. The healthy people need a good nutrition. And this campus can definitely offer. And I don't know whether I live at that time of 100 years, but I know, I can see from the sky, they are doing it. And the one more last part which I say is, The belief on you is the one which I had. That is very important. When instead of me saying I'm directing you, no, you direct yourself. That we did, and that was the one that I really cherished for these 5 years of stay in this campus, and that I hats off to all my scientists and my students and the technical officers. Now, the last part, so we have been talking about one of these. The nation wants, and 2050, what is that nation wants? And they made me a chairman for something called the Futuristic Space Research on Biomanufacturing. Is it the aim of 2050? Now, the Food Organization has to really work for, when we all decided to go from this planet to another planet, who is to give food? Are we going to carry all the food? Sorry, it's not possible. Now it's a time to look at even the food in the space. I know this organization before 2050, when they reach 100 years, they also reach to give this. That belief which we still have, because I know the organization. If you tell them what you want, I don't think in CSIR is just keep, we have to believe them and leave them. They will give you what they want. That's what I learned. Even though I am not part of CSIR family, I was so excited to be a part of this family. Still, I came here to thank, to giving me the great opportunity to serve in CSIR. In particular, to the two institutes which I had in a short time, that is in CMAP and CFTRI. I thank, lastly, to our current DG CSIR and current CFTRI director for this opportunity. The last word, I believe in every scientist in CSIR. I believed. Trust me, if you don't, go back to the history and look at it. And they can make newer things to happen, which I believe, and I believe in you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for the wonderful message. Science, science and good science. May I request now Dr. KSMS Raghavarao sir to give the message.
Ellargu namaskara. It's very difficult to talk after the two eloquent speakers before me, and we are running out of time also. I try to be as brief as possible. So dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, directors of sister laboratories, my dear colleagues, members of CFTRI family, members of CSIR family, extended family, and students and ladies and gentlemen. It was really a great occasion to celebrate the 75th birthday of CFTRI. I thank organizers, especially Dr. Sridevi and her team, for giving me this opportunity to be among you, so in this great occasion. I vividly remember the 60th birthday of CFTRI, and in no time we have come to 75, and now we are already talking about 100th year, 100th birthday. We have lot of, everybody talked about the past, so now I did not repeat any of those things. We will think about the future, but we have so much talent, young scientists. Some of them are our former PhD students and our MSc Food Technology students. All this youth, this young force will take this institute to still higher heights. I am very confident. God willing, some of us will be witnessing this occasion on 100th birthday. Basically, I am a chemical engineer. My first job at NIT Warangal, I started food technology as an elective for chemical engineering students. Without knowing that destiny, all my life I will be in food science and technology. Then I moved to CFTRI because Mandal Commission has come, so colleges were closed even though we are getting salary. So when I came for CFTRI for interview, when looking at the institute itself, I felt God should bless me to work in this institute. It doesn't matter which position. I don't feel that I have spent 30 years in CFTRI in this campus, and already 4 years have passed that I moved to IIT Tirupati. Time simply flies, But one thing I can tell, once a CSIR man, always you are a CSIR man. It applies for women also. So my umbilical cord with CFTRI is still intact. Before leaving, I know that whatever work we have, some of the things are incomplete. I wanted to continue. So we had a MOU with IIT Tirupati to continue that research. Now, current director, Dr. Sridevi, has consented even to extend it further, the MOU with IIT Tirupati. So, another issue is even food science and technology is the thrust area of IIT Tirupati. So, that's where my journey in the food science and technology is continuing. So, I wish all of you very best in the coming years for the glory to CSIR and glory to CFTRI. Wishing you many, many more laurels. It is amazing to see the journey, so much achievements, but past should inspire us to analyze the present and mold our future. So Jai, thank you very much for the opportunity. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, sir, for a very sweet and short message to all of us on this occasion. Now, we have received messages from the past directors. I'll just read just a couple of lines. The message from Dr. S.R. Bhowmik. Quote, Dear Dr. S. Annapurna Singh, I am very glad to know that you are planning to celebrate the CSIR-CFTRI Foundation Day on 21st October. Due to my prior commitment, I have a conflict and will not be able to join you. I wish you a grand celebration. Thank you for your invitation. With the best wishes and regards, Dr. S.R. Bhowmik, unquote. Thank you, sir, for your message. The message from Mr. Jitendra Jadhav, the former director. Dear, quote, Dear Sridevi, thank you for your response. I have some prefixed commitment on 22nd October. CFTRI is a great institute with the commendable contributions to the society. I always wish that under your leadership, the institute shall introduce more new products to solve the societal problem and propel towards the excellence. Best wishes to you and Team CFTRI for 75th Foundation Day celebration. Kindly excuse me. Thank you, Jitendra J. Jadhav. Thank you, sir, for your kind wishes. Now, I am happy to tell that we have received a video message from the chief guest, and I request that that should be run.
The presiding dignitary, Dr. Sridevi Annapurna, who is also the director of our CFTRI here in Mysore. Guest of honor, Dr. N. Kalaisevi, who is the Director General of CSIR, who had the good fortune, of course, of meeting yesterday at our committee meeting in Delhi, which is also the reason for why I could not be there in person at this wonderful occasion. All of the dignitaries who are gracing this wonderful occasion, my best wishes to all of you, and of course the entire team at CFTRI, past chairmen, directors, as well as the employees here at CFTRI, the many students who call CFTRI home. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a very good evening to all of you. It is indeed an honor to be addressing you all here on this August occasion and on the occasion of the 75th Foundation Day of CFTRI. I extend my heartiest best wishes and congratulations to everyone at the institution. It is indeed a momentous occasion for us all here in Mysore to know that another Mysore institution has crossed 75 years of service to our country, and it is testament to the founders, the many directors, chairmen, the many employees, and every single person who has contributed towards this building of such a wonderful institution and has upheld the values that were installed from the beginning up to this day. It is very heartening to know, and CFTRI continues to be the pride of Mysore. CFTRI in many ways embodies the true spirit of what a Mysore institution is. Mysore is of course famous for a number of institutions which have been serving the country for not just 75 years but 100 and some even 125 years. These institutions have provided value to society, everlasting value to society, and continue to be at the forefront even in modern times towards uplifting society and providing solutions to even modern problems. And CFTRI of course is spearheading this charge in food security, in food technology, in food innovation. And it is heartening to know that it is all happening in the heart of Mysore at the, as we all know, the Chelvamba mansion, which was formerly the property of my grandfather. Before that, of course, it is where Maharaj Kumari Chelvajamani, who was the sister of His Highness Krishnajwadya IV, resided. When she passed away and her heirs as well were not alive, the mansion reverted back to my grandfather. And he, when having a meeting with the Governor General of India, Sri Rajagopalachari, was able to together conceive of this wonderful idea towards having an institution which will conduct research and create new technologies towards ensuring India's food security. And thus was birthed the Central Food Research Technology, CFTRI, as we all know it today. The CFTRI has the unique feature of having two foundation stones. One, of course, when Sri Rajagopalachari took the mansion informally, of course, from my grandfather, and then, of course, the formal dedication when Prime Minister Nehru took the institution formally from my grandfather, and of course, that's why we have two foundation stones as well. The CFTRI from that day up till all the way now has been continually being at the forefront of ensuring that India's food security needs, India's food technology, and ensuring that up to the last consumer there is availability of food. And we are at the forefront of ensuring that the immense diversity, population and demographic of India is always not for wanting, especially in the areas of food. It is heartening to know of all the modern advances that CFTRI is conducting today. I've had multiple chances, of course, to tour the campus and see all of the wonderful efforts that are being undertaken under the current chairman, Dr. Sridevi Annapurna's leadership. I should also use this occasion to congratulate the many chairmen who have called CFTRI home and of course led the charge along these 75 years towards ensuring that the institution has come to what it has today. Additionally, the institution is only as strong as its employees, so all of the employees today and all of the members of CFTRI, past employees as well, I should give special thanks to and special congratulations to their efforts towards ensuring this institution remains true to its principles of its founders and towards what a Mysore institution to be is something is a matter of pride for us all here in Mysore, and I will always be, I think, grateful to them, especially here from the palace. If my grandfather were here alive, and I dare say even Governor General Sri Rajagopalachari or Prime Minister Nehru, I think they would be very proud of all CFTRI has achieved in these 75 years, and even more so that it continues to be an active contributor to society. With these words, I will end my small speech. Once again, my congratulations to the Chairman, to the Director General of CSIR and everyone present here today. CFTRI will always be a beacon in Mysore, and I hope it continues to embody the heritage of Mysore and continues to be at the forefront of contributing towards the nation's food security needs.
Thank you. The next part of the event is technology transfer between CSIR and Laghu Udyog Bharati. The technology on the multi-grain pizza base is being transferred from CSIR-CFTRI to the beneficiary of Messrs. Laghu Udyog Bharati Erode chapter. This transfer is executed under the Memorandum of Understanding of CSIR and Laghu Udyog Bharati for transferring 100 CSIR technologies. So far, 26 technologies of CSIR-CFTRI have been committed to transfer to Laghu Udyog Bharati and 9 are in finalization stage. Under these agreements, most of the technologies have been transferred through Laghu Udyog Bharati Erode chapter, which have been coordinated by Dr. Lavanya, Joint Secretary. I request Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, Director, CSIR-CFTRI, to hand over the technology transfer license to Laghu Udyog Bharati. I request Dr. Lavanya, Ms. Yamuna and Dr. Ashutosh Inamdar, Head TTBD, to kindly come on to the stage.
Thank you, everyone. CSIR-CFTRI has been receiving lot of interest from industries to implement high-impact projects under corporate social responsibility initiatives. The institute is handling CSIR project worth 328 lakhs, and this financial year alone, CFTRI has received 172 lakhs, marking the highest amount ever secured in a single financial year. The 4 new projects are funded under Miltech Machinery Private Limited, Bengaluru, Central Electronics Limited, New Delhi, Lab India Private Limited, Bengaluru, Banknote Paper Mill India Private Limited. Today, Ms. Manjula Gowda of Lab India Private Limited, Mr. Vinay M. Bandolkar, Senior Manager, Mr. Pradeep G. Deputy Manager, Miltech Machinery Private Limited are here for the exchange of the MOU. I request Head PMC, Sri Rama, to kindly escort them to the dais. Also, 2 more MOUs with IIT Tirupati and Nestle R&D Center India Private Limited will be exchanged today. Now I request Dr. Raghav Rao, Professor IIT Tirupati, and Mr. Srinivasa Murthy, Head Nestle Mysore, to proceed. Very best with this collaboration. The United Nations, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. The United Nations General Assembly declared the year 2023 as the International Year of Millets, following a proposal by India, the largest producer of millets globally. Aligned with this mission and following the initiative of our DG, the Millet Mission Program, Sustainable Health through Research and Innovation by Analysis of Nutrients and Nutraceuticals to achieve global awareness, Shri Anna, was started in the year 2023 with the participation of 9 CSIR labs and CSIR-CFTRI serving as the nodal laboratory. As a part of this mission, the institute has set up a new center, that is CSIR-CFTRI, Biodegradable Research and Innovation Center for Cutleries. The center hosts the pre-processing, manufacturing and analytical equipment for the development of biodegradable cutlery and tableware. This meaningful initiative of CSIR-CFTRI marks a significant step forward to address the environmental challenges, capitalizing the vast potentials of millet processing byproducts and wastes. Today's high tea was served on biodegradable plates was made at the center on a trial basis. This project is led by Dr. Ashutosh A. Namdar along with Dr. Suresh D. Sakare and Mr. Sharavanan of CSIR-CFTRI. May I now request Dr. Kalai Selvi, DG CSIR, to kindly inaugurate the facility on virtual mode. Please, ma'am. Yet another comprehensive study under this mission was on nutritional profile, nutraceutical content and anti-nutritional factors of 130 varieties from 9 types of millets has been compiled into a handbook titled Millets of Bharat, Nutritional Profile Volume 1. The cultivars covered include traditional landraces, hybrids, improved and released varieties sourced from diverse regions across the country. The analysis spanned 40 parameters, including physical characteristics. The forthcoming volume will explore the impact of processing on nutritional parameters. We gratefully acknowledge the support of all other CSIR labs whose contribution in sourcing and authenticating the millet varieties were instrumental in making this work possible. May I once again request the DG CSIR to kindly release the book. Thank you, ma'am. The technology development is one of the major mandate of CSIR-CFTRI. Around 15 to 20 technologies are developed at the institute and ready for commercialization each year. Here, we are pleased to launch 5 new technologies, starting with probiotic carrot nectar, which is a vegetable-based beverage enriched with a native isolate of probiotic bacteria, Lactobacillus plantarum. It's a non-dietary alternative for probiotic consumption, ideal for individuals with lactose intolerance and milk allergies. This work is led by the PI, Dr. Prakash Alami, Chief Scientist, Microbiology and Fermentation Technology, along with his team, Ms. A.S. Chauhan and Dr. Aditi Goyal. The next project is on gluten-free bread premixes of proso millet, foxtail millet and barnyard millets. Next, we present these innovative technologies that developed to address the high-rising global demand for gluten-free products while highlighting the nutritional benefits of millets. This is unique in the sense it is the first ever bread premix made entirely from 100% millets. The project was led by Dr. Prabhashankar, Chief Scientist, along with Ms. Saumya, Mr. Tamil Selvan and Ms. Sudha ML and Shri R.S. Mache as team members. The next, the process know-how of multigrain waffle that is ready for formulation and production. This product is developed by Ms. Krasina from FMBCT department. We do have another technology for instant masala tea mix developed by the PI, Dr. Sachin Chowdhury and his team, Shri R.S. Mache and Ms. Anisha Biswas. The last one is the ethylene scavenger technology in active packaging developed under CSIR Atlas Mission Mode project by Shri R.S. Mache as PI and his team, Sachin R. Chowdhury, Subhash and Suraj. May I now request all the PIs of the technologies along with Dr. Umesh Hebar, Chairman PDRU Committee, to please come on to the dais to release their technology. All the PIs of the projects, please. And I request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly do the honors. Congratulations to all the PIs and the team members. May I now request our DG CSIR to kindly address the gathering.
So, ellargu namaskara. Am I right? I can understand the meaning of this huge clapping also. And Macha also already gave a clue. He thanked Raghav Raj by telling short and sweet message. So don't worry, I will take at the max really 5 minutes. So first of all, happy birthday to CSIR-CFTRI. And this is a very special birthday because your birthday is now being celebrated pan-India. All 37 labs and even the complete headquarters, we are all here to just to say one word, happy birthday to CSIR-CFTRI. I think this is the best way that any institute can start your 75th year. This is a very great moment, very cherishable, not only to CSIR-CFTRI, but also to the entire CSIR family. Because now Dr. Annapurna, she told that she is trying to get a mileage that no other lab has done the foundation day. I think NIST, Anantaramakrishna has noted it down. Next year is their foundation day. And he has already sent a message, pushed a message 2 weeks back itself. So next directors conference, ma'am, you please plan it in NIST Kerala. I think you have created a history and therefore hearty congratulations to you. So this Food Research Institute is not only creating history only in the field of food, because like the way you said, food is becoming a culture. Once upon a time we thought that food is essential for our life, and this is where we are looking at the institute where they are giving life to food. So I think that is where you are making the difference, and I always fondly say that food is now becoming a fashion statement. So from the way you just define what is the kind of a food you take, definitely I think you are also getting somewhere defined for your qualities. I sometimes, I think it's a very vague way of thinking. Many times people say that the qualities, the attitude, or the way we behave, or the complete character, the complete package of what Kalai Selvi is majorly decided by the food that she takes. If that is the case, may I request on behalf of CSIR, this institute, during this 1 year, can you come up with a kind of a food by means of which you can make the entire CSIR fraternity all-time happy? Can you come up with that kind of a food? I think this is one challenge. You can just take it as your Platinum Jubilee challenge. If at all you are able to crack this problem, and if you are able to come up with a kind of a success story, not only this country, entire globe will now take it as a great model, and that is the greatest service. This is not for a joke I am telling, actually I really mean it. If at all you can really come up with some kind of a new finding, I'll be extremely thankful to you. And again, all the leaders, they were talking about in a very fond way. I also want to join with Raghav Raji. I think whatever electives we take, I think that is where we will spend most of the time. You took food science and you spent more than 20 years here. I took electrochemistry as elective, and for 25 years I spent my life in electrochemistry. But this Food Research Institute, by looking at your legacy, 3 types of very important things, I think different change in a different way, you just celebrate your birthday. First you showed how and all the development took place with respect to the external appearance of building. Then you said what are the different contributions made by the directors, and you celebrated the directors. Then you said that each and every employee is important, and therefore all the employee related details you have made it as a compendium. I think even this brick and stone and every employee and all the leader, I think it is an inclusive celebration. It's a great, great courtesy, and you have made extremely a difference by way of celebrating. And this is again in a lighter way very different. Starting the meeting at 6:30, having the meeting up to 9:30, I can understand the entire director's galaxy will be thinking, why only Kalai Selvi is having this kind of a bad followers? Because initially Kalai Selvi was planning for Saturday and Sunday. During a weekend, I was planning for the directors' conference. Then when I said, no, it is going to be on a working day, they were all feeling happy. Now they are thinking, oh, she is now punishing the other way. The whole day, morning 9 o'clock, she made us to start the day. I think by 11 o'clock only she will just relieve us. Then again, she will say tomorrow morning 8:30 the session starts. Whether somebody is there or not, she will take the mic and she will start the session. And therefore, this is one particular thing that you cannot really escape from CSIR and the leadership for good practices. If nobody says, I should say that these are all good practices. So friends, I think today is a very enjoyable day. Thoroughly we enjoyed. Food is waiting for us, and all of us should really respect food also, because you talked about tasty food and cost-effective food, and we should not waste food. So we are getting ready to ensure that we will not waste food. Only one thing, on behalf of entire CSIR family, I wish to congratulate and appreciate the complete leadership of CSIR-CFTRI, all the former leaders as well as all the contributors, and also the present leader and the current contributors, above all the stakeholders who are the supporting arms of CSIR-CFTRI. So once upon a time I used to say that only Amul. So you are talking about only idli and dosha. Why only did not do this 3D printed dosha like that? I was asking today when I was just looking at Nestle. I'm feeling little more happy. Then McDonald's, I felt happy, and I got a lot of good and bad criticisms also. But anyway, like a wave, now we have addressed all those issues. Now CFTRI is becoming very, very popular in the global arena also. Your popularity, your image, and all your accomplishments and contributions should be celebrated in the global arena also. CSIR is always there with you, and all the very best to all of you, especially from the CSIR-CFTRI family. My special thanks and appreciations are due to my complete leadership, because around 60 leaders of CSIR, they're all there, and from morning 3 o'clock we all reached. Up to here, now we are working. Tomorrow also we are going to work. And I should definitely say big thanks to each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. All the very best to CSIR-CFTRI. Namaskar.
Madam, we are truly moved by your stimulating, revitalizing and enthralling remarks. Now next part of the program is Hasire Usiru, Usirigage Parisara Rakshishona. On the occasion of World Environment Day, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, launched a unique campaign, Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam, an initiative that encourages environmental responsibility with a heartfelt tribute to mothers in the pursuit of protecting our planet. In line with this inspiring initiative, we are proud to commemorate the 75th year of Foundation Day of CSIR-CFTRI by undertaking a collective effort to create a Platinum Jubilee Garden at CSIR-CFTRI Mysuru. Interestingly, we are pleased to be joined by esteemed personalities, directors from various CSIR labs, outstanding and distinguished scientists, administrative and unit heads of CSIR. All of them have participated in this tree planting drive by planting 75 unique plants that will be transferred to the Platinum Jubilee Garden. Now let us take a quick look at the album, and I kindly request Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, Director General CSIR, to release the book. Madam, please. Thank you, madam. I request all the directors of CSR Labs to kindly sign on the book. Thank you.
Thank you. We will not be keeping you away from the food any more longer, but however, we would like to complete this program with a happy note, that is with a song that honors the CFTRI legacy as a part of 75th anniversary celebration. May I request our DG to kindly audio launch the Kannada version of this song. Hindi version will be made sooner.
ಕನ್ನಡಾಂಬೆ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಮೈಸೂರು ಒಡೆಯರ ಔದಾರ್ಯವಿದು ಹಸಿವು ಮುಕ್ತ ಜನರ ದೇಶ ಕಟ್ಟಲೆಂದು ಹಿರಿಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳ ಶ್ರಮದ ಫಲವಿದು
ಅನ್ನವ ಬೆಳೆಯುವ ರೈತನ ಬಾಳಿಗೆ ನೀನು ಬೆಳಗಿದೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದೀವಿಗೆ ದೇಶವ ಕಟ್ಟುವ ಗುರಿಗಳ ಮುಟ್ಟುವ ಸಾಧನೆಗಳ ಗರಿಮೆ ಜಗವೇನೆ ಕೊಂಡಾಡುವೆ
ನವೀನ ಚಿಂತನೆಯ ತಾಯಿ ಕಾಯೋ ಯೋಧನಿಗೆ ಸೇವಕನಾಗಿ
ದೇಶ ಕಾಯೋ ಯೋಧನಿಗೆ ಸೇವಕನಾಗಿ
ಹೊಸ ಉದ್ದಿಮೆದಾರರ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತನಾಗಿ
ಹೊಸ ಉದ್ದಿಮೆದಾರರ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತನಾಗಿ
ಆಹಾರ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕರಣೆಯಲು ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ ವಿಸ್ತರಣೆ ಬೋಧನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಹಗಲು ಇರುಳು ಶ್ರಮಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಹೊತ್ತು ವಿಜಯ ಕಂಕಣ ದೇಶ ಕಟ್ಟು ಗುರಿಯನಿಟ್ಟು ಸಾಗಿದೆ ಪಯಣ
ಭಾಷೆ ದೇಶ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗಳ ನೀರಿ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಪಸರಿಸಿ
ಅನ್ನವಿದ್ದ ತಾಯಿಗೆಂದು ಅಮೃತೋತ್ಸವ CSIR ನವೀನ ಚಿಂತನೆಯ ತಾಯಿ
With this musical note, we have come to the end of the Foundation Day celebration. May I now invite Dr. V.S. Chauhan, Chief Scientist, CSIR-CFTRI, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Purnima. Good evening, respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, my dear colleagues and friends. As we draw this momentous occasion of the 75th Platinum Jubilee Foundation Day celebration of CSIR-CFTRI to a close, I stand before you to express our heartfelt gratitude. We are thankful to Sri Yaduvir Krishnadatta Chamaraj Wadiyar, Honorable Member of Parliament, Mysore Kodagu Lok Sabha Constituency, and Honorable Member, Parliamentary Standing Committee on Science and Technology, Environment and Forest, Government of India, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest of today's function. However, due to his pressing engagements, he is not able to be with us today physically. We truly appreciate his commitment and finding time to join us online and address us. We thank you, sir. We are truly honored by your presence online. It is always inspiring when you are with your leader, when you walk with your leader. Today we are delighted as our dynamic leader, Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, Director General of CSIR and Secretary DSIR is with us. I would like to extend a special thanks to you, madam, for your inspiring presence and for your invigorating and inspiring address. Thank you very much, madam. As a token of our appreciation, I would like to request the Director CSIR-CFTRI to felicitate our DG madam by presenting a memento and a basket of products developed by the Institute. Thank you, madam. We are grateful to our esteemed guests, Dr. V. Prakash, Professor Ram Raj Shekharan, and Dr. KSMS Raghav Rao, former directors of CSIR-CFTRI, for their gracious presence today and for sharing their valuable vision and thoughts with us. As a token of our heartfelt thanks, I would like to request the Director CSIR-CFTRI to felicitate our former directors by presenting them a memento and a basket of products developed by the Institute. Dr. V. Prakash. Professor Ram Raj Shekharan. Dr. KSMS Raghav Rao. On this occasion, let us remember and acknowledge the leadership of all the former directors of CSIR-CFTRI, our founding director, Dr. B. Subramanian, Dr. H.A.B. Parpia, Dr. B.L. Amla, Dr. S.R. Bhaumik, and Sri Jitendra Jadavji. Their enduring guidance and support forged through their long association with the Institute have been invaluable. Dr. S.R. Bhaumik and Dr. Sri Jitendra Jadavji could not be with us today due to their prior engagements, but have sent their best wishes, and we thank you for your messages, sir. We extend our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Sridevi Annapurna Singh, Director CSIR-CFTRI, for her unwavering support and meticulous guidance in organizing this program. Your overview of the 75th Foundation Day was truly inspiring, madam. Thank you so much, madam. We thank Sri R.S. Matche, Chief Scientist, CSIR-CFTRI, for giving an overview of the salient achievements of the Institute in its journey over the years under the leadership of various directors. I also thank the teams of the Institute who have worked tirelessly to bring out the logo, Millet Book, Employees Compendium, Center of Biodegradable Cutlery, CSIR-CFTRI Platinum Jubilee Park, and photo journey of 75 years of the Institute, as well as the Institute song. Today, our joy knows no bounds as we are joined by the entire CSIR family on this joyous occasion. I thank all the directors of various CSIR labs for joining us today and also extend my gratitude to all the distinguished scientists, outstanding scientists, chief scientists, joint secretary administrator, finance advisor, administrative heads from CSIR for being with us today. We extend our heartfelt thanks to all the esteemed guests, invitees, and our dear retirees who have joined us today. CSIR-CFTRI would also like to sincerely thank the press and media personnel for their presence and coverage of our celebration today. Your role in spreading the word about our work and achievements is greatly appreciated. I would like to place on record our sincere thanks to the chairman and members of the CSIR-CFTRI Foundation Committee, chief scientists, heads of departments and resource centers, unit heads, colleagues and students. Your collective efforts have made this day possible. Special thanks are due to the Controller of Administration, Controller of Stores and Purchase, Administrative Officers, Finance and Accounts Officer, Section Officers, and all other administrative staff for their wholehearted support in organizing this program. I would also like to acknowledge Dr. Purnima and Ms. Jyoti for their excellent comparing and the team of our research scholars for rendering the melodious invocation. An event of this magnitude requires teamwork and support from various departments and individuals to ensure its success. I extend my sincere gratitude to the Departments of Information and Publicity, Planning, Monitoring and Coordination, Stores and Purchase, Finance and Accounts, Engineering and Electrical Maintenance, IT Service and Computational Solutions, Agri-Horticulture, State Management, Security, International Hostel Mess, Health Center, and Director's Office for their invaluable assistance. I would like to thank all the staff, colleagues, and volunteers who were directly or indirectly involved and whose hard work behind the scenes made today's event seamless. Your enthusiasm and dedication are the strengths of our institute. I sincerely thank each and every one of you who has contributed directly or indirectly to the success of this event. I ask for your forgiveness if I have missed mentioning any names. Thank you all once again for being a part of this historic celebration. May we continue to thrive together in our endeavors. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you one and all once again for being part of a celebration. May I now request everyone to please raise for the national anthem.
जनगण अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind, Jai Vignan. May I request all of you to kindly join for the dinner.